everyone, it's Macy, and this is my art review from my freshman year of college. So for those of you who do not know, I just finished my freshman year of college, and I am an illustration major. At the end of each year, we have to do this thing called reviews. So on top of having finals week, we also have this thing called review week, where we go and we basically pick around 3 to 4 of our best pieces from each of our art classes that year, and then we have to present them. We have to put them all up in a room, and then teachers come in and just critique your entire work. You know, critiques kind of come with art school, but instead of just having a normal critique on a normal project, this is them critiquing your entire portfolio for that year. It's a very intimidating process, but it helps with your personal growth, and they kind of help put you in a direction that will help you grow, and it's genuinely very helpful. So this video is basically me just showing you the art that I presented to these teachers for my review. So as of right now, I am going into my sophomore year. I just finished my freshman year, so this is a kind of a progress video. I'm gonna try to make one at the end of each year, so then you can kind of see my progress throughout the years and my growth as an artist. This is the best of my work. Like, this is the pinnacle of art that I have right now. So I'm really excited to show you guys my art. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you what class each of these projects are from, so it's kind of like how the review is set up. They're all clumped in the same class. So this first section is my 2D design class. All of these pieces are from my 2D design class. This first piece is probably the most boring out of all of the pieces, but it is a color study. My teacher particularly liked this piece. It actually got put out in the hallway. My class really liked how balanced it was. So this next piece is actually a series of 4, but I'm only going to be showing 2 because only 2 got put into the review. I'm guessing you guys are familiar with The Postman by Van Gogh. Here's a picture of it here. I adore this painting. It's in the DIA, which is right across from my school, and so I took that and redid it in my own way, if that makes sense. So the first one is just like a simplified version. So this is that one. I just simplified the Postman from before. Now the next one is probably one of my favorite pieces that I've done, but it is the abstracted version of that simplified version of the Postman. This is that piece. I am so proud of this one. I think it looks so sick. You're going to hear me say that I'm proud of a lot of these pieces because I genuinely am. A lot of these pieces I never would have even thought about doing. So this is one of those pieces that I'm so proud of. The prompt for the project was we had to take a sound and we had to make an illustration for that sound. And it's a very interesting concept of a project. I really enjoyed this. My teacher really liked it. This took me hours. Like, this took me forever. It doesn't look like it took that long. This is the piece. My sound that I chose was applause. Because, you know, I was a theater kid, I like the sound of applause, and this is what I picture when I hear the word applause, or I think of the sound applause. This next section is from my Foundation Drawing 1 class. This is the first piece that I did from this class. This was my first still life that I ever did. This next piece, there was a teacher that usually came into our classroom just to like look around at other stuff. She wasn't my teacher. The reason why I put this in the review is because she called this stunning. This is the piece. It's just fabric, but she just called it stunning, and I thought that was honestly so cool. As you can tell, it's a pretty big piece, pretty sizable. So with this next piece, this is probably one of my favorite drawings I've ever done in my life at this point. This was my final for my Foundation Drawing 1 class. This is the piece. I'm incredibly proud of this, especially the skull. To quote my teacher, the skull kicks ass. I'll insert a picture here as well so you can see it a little better and there's no glare. So this next section is my figure illustration class. The first piece that I'm going to show you is this one. This is one of the ones that I'm a little less proud of. I get a lot better at drawing with proportions and drawing people, but this is the humble beginning, I guess. Every artist starts somewhere. So the next piece that I'm going to show you was the final for this class. This is the piece. The prompt that he gave us was resist. What I kind of do with my work is if I'm inspired, then I kind of go back to Harry Potter. It's like during the Battle of Hogwarts, I had my friend Erin pose for me, and so she was the model. Love you, Erin, if you're watching this. But yeah, I am incredibly proud of this piece. So those are all my pieces from the first semester that were in my review. The next sections are have all taken place in my semester 2 of my first year. There's a lot of improvement that from first semester to second semester. Again, something that I didn't mention earlier, any of the pieces that have that acetate shiny stuff on them, so the one that had the skull in it, and then there's another one that's going to be coming up, those were in the student show. I also have another piece that I'll be pointing out that is my last piece that I'll be showing you, because saving the best for last kind of thing, but that is also in the show. From here on out I'll be mentioning when they're in the show, I just forgot to mention that earlier. So this section is my Foundation Drawing 2 section. So the first piece I'm going to show you is this torso. I'm proud of it, but not as proud as my other pieces, but it's worth showing because it shows my progress. So the next piece I'm going to show you is this one. This was I think 2-hour practice pose for my final, if I remember correctly. Now the next piece, this one was in the student show, but this is this one. It's called the Sulking Man. I'll put a picture, I'll insert one here so you can see it a lot better, because there's a huge glare on this one. This is probably like the best figure drawing I've ever done. Safe to say, definitely. So this next section is my illustration techniques class. So this first piece, again, I'm not really proud of this one, but it is to show my progress. It didn't turn out as well as I would have liked it to. So this next piece I really love. This was actually taken at Cedar Point. This is a picture that my friend took, and I did it for my final for my illustration tech class. This next piece was the first oil painting that I ever did. So this is the piece. I'm incredibly proud of the fact that this was my first oil painting. I had my friend Sophia model for me. Sophia, if you're watching this, thank you, I love you. But this next painting is this. This is a copy of, I think, Alexander the Great, I'm not sure. Again, I'm going to be saying I'm incredibly proud because I am. I'm really proud of myself for all of these pieces. So this next section is my perspective class. Now, perspective is probably the hardest class that I've taken thus far. It's kind of like the math equivalent of art, if that makes sense. There's a lot of grids. I'm not really particularly proud of any of these pieces as much as I am the other ones, but this is a progress video, so this is just showing my progress. The first piece I'm going to show you is my 2-point perspective landscape. But yeah, this is my 2-point perspective landscape. So these next two pieces are my finals for the class, and it was my 3-point perspective project. So this is the first piece, and it is a monument, and yeah. So this next one is the same drawing, but just done with line shading instead of just flat. So here's the piece. All of these projects were incredibly difficult, but you know, I got through it, so that's all that matters. This next section is my digital fundamentals class, and this was probably my favorite class that I've had so far. I've never done digital art once in my life. I've never even touched Adobe until now, and so I am probably the proudest of these than I am of any other thing because this is completely foreign to me. I am a traditional artist. The first piece I'm going to show you is this one. This was the first digital painting that I ever did. I feel like I fit perfectly with the Gemini. I'm two-faced, but not in the sense that you think. This is my two faces. As you can see, one is happy and one is sad because on the inside I am a little more sad than I am on the outside, than I present myself. So this is the next piece, and some of you will know if you're fans of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit series that this represents J.R.R. Tolkien. So the prompt for this project was we had to take an idol who has passed away and come up with what they would look like if they were reborn. So this was called Rebirth of an Icon. So this next painting is my pride and joy at the moment. This is the best thing I've ever done. But yeah, this is my vector portrait. This took, I think, 36 hours to do, or around that time, maybe more. I'm not sure, I didn't really count. A lot of sleepless nights were used on this one. This piece was in the show, which was a pleasant surprise because I didn't think it got in, but then it did, and I'm just very happy with it. So there you have it. That is all my art in the review from my freshman year of college. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, and if you want to see more of my art and my face in the future, then please feel free to subscribe down below. Thank you so much again for watching. Bye!